So I like just beat the Office demo for T-Jock, the Ignited catalog, which is coming out. I don't know, but I found a lot of it kind of non-self-explanatory, and want to make a quick video of me doing my playthrough, which unfortunately cut off the beginning, but that doesn't really matter. I think the main thing I wanted to showcase was some of the gameplay mechanics that you need to know, because I'll probably have a blooper reel at the end or in a separate video. It was very confusing for me when I first started, and almost even to the end, I didn't understand some of the mechanics until I beat the game. Similar to the original T-Jock R Office game, you have to find Freddy. Honestly, I beat it so long ago, I don't really remember how many times you need to do it. But in this game, you need to flash him 12 times. So the clock at the front by the double doors does a full cycle around, because, it's an analog clock. So unfortunately, no, it's not just 6. I thought it was going to be 6. I thought it was going to be super easy, but yeah, no. For Freddy, make sure to flash him. In the listing, I was always confused because it said if you flash and you miss him, he will flee. And I was like, oh, that's a good thing. You don't want to get caught by Freddy. Because I low-key forgot about the original Office demo, but yeah, you want to flash Freddy. For Bonnie, you really just need to make sure you don't see him on the cameras. It's a lot easier said than done, and I was convinced that in my perfect run, or my final run where I beat the game, I wasn't going to see him once. Because in theory that is possible, and it makes the game a lot easier. But when you're later in the night, it almost becomes inevitable to kind of just interact with him on accident. Luckily, you'll see him in the corner of your eye, so you know not to point the camera at him. But it's still super annoying for that to happen. There's the last mechanic you can have with him is if you walk in to the door on him. But if you do that, you're kind of stupid, because why are you opening a door with, no guarantee that Freddy's there to flash him? So yeah, for Bonnie, if you walk in on him, he will punch you down and knock out your flashlight. If you fall for that, if you ever die to that, I'm sorry, that's your own fault. Get better. Then Foxy is super unclear, because I died to him a couple times before I actually reached his mechanic, because I never saw him. He would just kill me when the lights cut out, which I always thought was weird, because, it's Freddy's mechanic as well. You need to keep your house powered up in the fuse box area. But the main thing with Foxy is you'll have a little mini game every time you see him, where you need to keep looking at his eye. He'll explode each time you look in his eye for long enough and move to a different position. He's kind of like that the puppet from... Oh, what's that game called? Five Nights at Candy's 3. Just you keep looking at his face, and then he'll do a even bigger, different explosion when you finally get him for the last time. He's actually one of the easier animatronics because he gives you a lot of time to find him. And I found myself, even with the camera dying passively, I could go back and complete the minigame with him still being there and not jump scaring me. Lastly, there's Chica, which is always good to know beforehand, because you kind of need to prep your flashlight for the amount of times you're going to flash the little cupcakes in the drawers. She came to me after I hit 6 o'clock, so at 5 o'clock, I'd always try to replenish my battery before her minigame occurred. I think in my victory run, I had to replenish my flashlight battery around 3 times. Her respawn time is very long. It takes her a while to respawn and do her stupid minigame, where you just go inside the drawers, flash little cupcakes just like the original Office demo. I believe the wiki says that 3 to 6 of them can spawn, which, seems to be true. Just check every single drawer until she goes away anyway. So then the major other mechanic is the fuse box. When I initially played the game, I thought the flashlight recharged as long as you were sitting in the menu. Yeah, that's not true at all. Even though the meter will glitch out and go always back to halfway when you're in the leaving animation for the thing, I think that's just because the default animation for it is in the middle, which always messed me up. I sit in there, think I'm recharging my flashlight, leave, see I have half, then go to Freddy, and then I can't flash him, and I was just like, oh shoot, what do I do? All of the things passively drain besides your flashlight. Your flashlight has a limited amount of uses, but Chica will end up taking those uses. Your camera's passive drain isn't something you're going to really need to worry about as long as you can get Freddy fast and reliably. Now, mainly when it comes to strategies, I think that the main things you need to think about are sound cues and cooldowns for characters. Honestly, I was going to try and learn all the sound cues, but I beat the game faster than I was expecting to. Maybe it's just because I'm just so good at the game. But there are sound cues that can tell, oh, Bonnie's in this room in front of me, or Bonnie's in this room next to me. And that'll also save you from the Bonnie situation. I'm not fully sure how it works, but I'm pretty sure if you just leave the Bonnie camera, go do something else for a second, then come back, he'll just be gone, as long as you didn't, activate his little punch thing to the camera. When it comes to cooldowns, every time you flash Freddy, he usually won't immediately come back. It happened once to me in the run, where he came back a lot faster than I was expecting. But the general rule of thumb, I might not do it in my completion video, but it's always kind of good to check the drawers and make sure you always know where 2 fuses are. It was also confusing for me because I didn't know you could do the tabletop drawers as well. I always thought there was only the cabinets, and I'd always run low on fuses, be confused until I accidentally clicked to one of the drawers. Seemingly in the game, there seems to be 4 cabinets and 2 bedside drawers. If you ever find yourself waiting, always just double check drawers and memorize where fuses are, because that is the best thing you can do when you have downtime and you're just waiting for something to happen. That mainly happens in the initial part of the games, because when you get later on, you're just consecutively back-to-back doing things, and if you make a mistake, you're kind of dead. Lastly, if you ever have too many fuses on your hands, it's never bad to replenish the main battery for the house if it's below halfway and you're just waiting on things, because later on, you're going to start realizing you need that battery. And if you just get into a good habit of always replenishing it before it hits the flicker stage, you'll never get caught in a situation where you're doing Chica while worried about Foxy and running low on flashlight battery, because then you have to find 2 fuses immediately, one to replenish the house to make sure it doesn't shut down and you die to Freddy. But yeah, that definitely happened to me on the last part of this night, and I just got really lucky with kind of my few spawns and knowing where all the cupcakes were. Overall, just make sure you know the basic mechanics in the first like couple of tries, because if you keep dying early on or waiting too long early on, you're gonna find repeating this over and over again to be really boring. I can't express enough how much I thought the stupid flashlight was recharging in the fuse box, and that honestly delayed me like 40 minutes of my time because I was just playing the game mechanically wrong. But yeah, other than that, that's all the advice I have, and this is my winning completion and the little ending. I love the graphics for this game, and I think I make a little disclaimer at the end, so yeah.
This one?
I don't know what that was. I'm just gonna do it anyway. Oh, I'm triple cooked, buddy. I'm about to die. Out. Oh, fuck, one more. Give me with a quick spawn, please. Piss off.
Hello?
Creator, you are getting closer.
How is any of this
The
possible?
threshold, the path. I can see the end.
What are you? What does that even mean?
Can
You.
Yo, so this game is amazing. I cannot wait for the official game to come out. And, man, the graphics in this game are insane.